हाँ मैंने टॉप 4 उनका टीम डब्लिन क्रिकेट क्लब, फ्रेंड्स क्रिकेट, जो भी उनका 3-4 मैन टीम है वो। Hey guys, welcome to Dayton Crushers Cup 2021. So this time, surprisingly, we have 26 teams who have registered themselves, and based on special request, we added more teams to our competition this year. So this year we will be doing the grouping in the following manner. We will have 5 groups, that is Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D and Group E. So in Group A, we will have 5 teams. Group B, we will have 5 teams. So Group A teams will compete for their 3 matches with Group B teams and vice versa. Group C will have 6 teams which will be competing amongst themselves. Then we'll have Group D with 5 teams and Group E with 5 teams. So Group D and Group E teams will compete amongst each other for the 3 matches which they will be playing as league matches. And then top 12 teams throughout the tournament will be qualifying for the next round. So let me explain you how the next round will be. So top 4 teams based on their rankings will directly go to the quarterfinals, and team ranked from 5 to 12 will play pre-quarterfinals, and 4 teams from those will be going to the quarterfinals. So in other words, 1 to 4 will go directly to quarterfinals and 5 to 12 will play pre-quarters and then join team 1 to 4 for quarters, and then we'll have the semi-finals and the finals and so forth. So let's begin with the process of grouping.
So we are picking first team's name. We have a lot of chits out here. So we're gonna pick one by one. If we follow the sequence A1 to A5, B1 to B5, C1 to C6, D1 to D5 and E1 to E5. It's the same. We have another teammate writing down all the names together. So Jimmy, just pick the first one.
Dayton Indians.
So A1 is Dayton Indians. I'm gonna pick the second one. Second is Dayton Crushers.
Right, I'm gonna pick the team 3, A3, Bhutia Mama.
Bhutia Mama is there. Alright, going to number 4. This will be A4. Tigers.
We're gonna have team A5, Cincy Lions.
So there are 5 teams. A1 is Dayton Indians, A2 is Dayton Crushers, A3 is Bhutia Mama, A4 is Tigers and A5 is Cincy Lions. Okay, now we are moving up to next set, B1 to B5. Go ahead.
D1 will be Dayton Flyers.
Okay, this is B2. B2 is Dublin Cricket Club, DCC.
B3 will be Dayton Shares.
Okay, going for B4 now. B4 will be hit and run. Final B5.
Going to B5 will be Superchargers.
स्वामी आ गया वापस.
Okay, so let's do 5 teams. First is
Dayton Flyers.
Dayton Flyers. Second is DCC, Dublin Cricket Club. Then we have B3 is Dayton Shares. B4 is Hit and Run. B5 is Superchargers. Let's go to the next round. C1 to C6 now. Go ahead.
C1 will be Royal Kings.
So I'm picking C2 now. C2 is Epic Warriors.
We're picking C3, Jati Ratnalu.
C4 now. Bengal Tigers.
C5 will be Ashtasiddhi Spartans.
Okay, final team for C group. C6 will be UD Flyers. So let's get back with the 6 teams.
Royal Kings.
So C1 is Royal Kings, C2 is Epic Warriors, C3 is Jati Ratnalu, C4 is Bengal Tigers, C5 is Ashtasiddhi Spartans, C6 is UD Flyers. Okay, going to the next round for D groups now.
D1 will be Stallions.
Okay, D2. D2 is Dayton Crushers Reloaded.
D3 will be Park Gladiators.
Okay, going for D4 now. D4 is Friends Cricket Club.
And D5 will be Falcons.
Okay, let's get a summary of D group. First is D1 is Stallions, D2 is Dayton Crushers Reloaded, D3 is Park Gladiators, D4 is Friends Cricket Club, and D5 is Falcons. So only 5 teams remain. Let's go to our E group now.
E1 will be Columbus Super Kings.
Okay, going for E2. E2 is Silent Killers.
E3 will be Dayton Super Kings.
E4 BCC Sharabis.
And E5 will be ICGC.
So this is all the team groupings. I'm just giving a final for E group as well. E1 is Columbus Super Kings, E2 is Silent Killers, E3 is Dayton Super Kings, E4 is BCC Sharabis, and E5 is ICGC. So this is a whole list of team and the grouping. In the next week or so, we will be releasing the schedule of how each team will be splitting. We will do it on a random basis again, and in the next video we will cover this. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now so the groupings are done. So that all the teams has been assigned to group A to group E with their numbers. So this is a game format which is created some time back, and we're just gonna put the team names, and the grounds and the opponents will be displayed here. Let's get along. First, A1 is Dayton Indians. So Dayton Indians will play 2 games in ground 1 and 1 in ground 2. A2 is Dayton Crushers, playing 3 games in ground 1. A3 is Bhutia Mama. They'll be playing 2 games in ground 2 and 1 in ground 1. A4 is Tigers, playing 3 games in ground 2. A5 is Cincy Lions. They'll be playing 2 games in ground 1 and 1 in ground 2. Now let's look at their opponents, which is group B. B1 is Dayton Flyers. Dayton Flyers playing 2 games in ground 1 and 1 in ground 2. B2 is Dublin Cricket Club. They'll be playing all 3 games in ground 1. B3 is Dayton Shares. They'll be playing 2 games in ground 2 and 1 in ground 1. B4 is Hit and Run. They'll be playing 2 games in ground 2 and 1 in ground 1. B5 is Superchargers. They'll be playing 2 games in ground 2 and 1 in ground 1. This is just the selection of opponents and the grounds. Scheduling will be done at a later stage. So C1 teams are playing, C group teams are playing between themselves. So let's see how their grouping goes. C1 is Royal Kings. C2 is Epic Warriors. C3 is Jathi Ratnalu. C4 is Bengal Tigers. C5 is Ashtasiddhi Spartans, and C6 is UD Flyers. So here are the 6 teams, and they will be playing. So one of the game will be scheduled in ground 2 for C group members. Now let's go to group D. D1 is Stallions. They will be playing 2 games in ground 4 and 1 in ground 5. D2 is Dayton Crushers Reloaded. They'll be playing 3 games in ground 4. D3 is Park Gladiators. They'll be playing 2 games in ground 5 and 1 in ground 4. D4 is Friends Cricket Club. They'll be playing all 3 games in ground 5. D5 is Falcons. Playing 2 games in ground 4 and 1 in ground 5. Let's see their opponents and who is playing who. E1 is Columbus Super Kings. They'll be playing 2 games in ground 4 and 1 in ground 5. E2 is Silent Killers, playing 3 games in ground 4. E3 is Dayton Super Kings, playing 2 games in ground 5 and 1 in ground 4. E4 is BCC Sharabis, playing 2 games in ground 5 and 1 in ground 4. And E5 is ICGC. they'll be playing their 2 games in round 5 and 1 in round 4. So here's the list, guys. These are the opponents they'll be playing. So for ground 3, 1 game will be shifted to ground 2 as there is space available. So we'll do that. We'll see which game is gonna go there. Most probably the last game in this list will go to ground 2, but we will check with the timings. So here is the list. Here is the split and the tournament format, and let's see, in our next video we will put the scheduling for you guys. Thank you.